Testing. And we're live.
We're back on again. Bum, bum, bum. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody. It's all just kicked
All
off.
5 of them. See what we got today. Deadstroke. Excited for this one. Just wondering if Jimmy's business partner is going to come in again.
Evening, Matty.
So I'm putting down on my phone. Difficult to call this one, isn't it? Evening, William.
Yes, good evening, Will.
See you back in. Who do you fancy for this one then, William? Because I'm really confused. I haven't got a clue who's going to take this.
No, Peter Lyons played quite well last night.
He's a decent player.
Yeah.
Very decent. Seen him playing a lot up in Leeds, so I know they're all amazing around the practice table. I get that, but yeah. And Jimmy Peter's clearly got a career ahead of him in commentary, hasn't
he? Yeah, you'd think so. He's pretty good, isn't
he? Yeah, he is decent.
So who have we got on commentary? We've got Rob Walker. Who else? Looks like Jimmy White's borrowed Mark Williams' attire tonight. Dark blue suit with the light blue shirt.
I've noticed that one, to be honest. I have noticed, though, because I've seen it. He's got a Century tip on. He's using Century chalk. Jimmy?
Is he? I need to try and get my hands on that chalk.
Because Century have done a social media post.
This other commentator, I think he's the guy that does the darts.
Got the volume quite low, actually. Let's have a... Yeah, it's Rob Walker, and I can't work out the rest of the next one. Might be Wayne Cooper. Because he's a Yorkshireman now that he's out.
Yeah, can't picture who it is. It's a bit of a cagey few
I
first
think it's the guy that
exchanges.
filled in. I think it's the guy that filled in for Tony Drager in this comp.
I think he pots this long one because the scoreboard's ahead of us.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Thank you. Well, it's got to be, in this case, he's got it 6-0. Yeah. It's quite a long way ahead, isn't it? I'm sure you can inject a delay into that, mate.
It is a bit.
Ah, there you go. He's at the right, he's at pink.
So it's about 30 seconds
I think
behind.
you can inject a delay.
In the OBS?
So let's try. Yeah, I think I'll just try coming out of it and going back into the.
There's always a bit of delay when you're watching on stream, isn't there?
Yeah, that's the thing. There is a delay. It's live. Right, let's see if that's any different. No, he's still only on. Yeah, it's a bit ahead here. As you said, he hasn't actually potted the green. He's on the green after the red. So
Yeah. Chat's a bit quiet tonight.
gone in. Well, yeah, Williams answered with Jimmy for he reckons.
Yeah, I was watching a bit of Peter Lyons last night, and did you hear that he was 5-1 ahead in the first round of the qualifiers and lost 6-5?
Who was he playing again?
Can't remember now.
Matty, don't know. Don't think they said in the post. I'll check. It was on Facebook. Don't think they actually said which one. I think they just said Century Pro Tips, Century Pro Chalk.
Yeah, most of the pros do tend to play with quite a firm tip, don't they? Now the G3 is classed as medium to hard.
Yeah. It won't be anything less than a G3. Right. Jimmy White is in action later at the World Senior Championships. He will be using our Century Pro Chalk as well as our Century Pro Tip. Doesn't say any more than that. Comments? Bit of price, good luck. And Viv Price's profile picture on Facebook is 2 cubes of Century Chalk.
How much is it? About 15 quid a block, like the Tawam?
No, it's cube shaped.
No, yeah, but the price of it, is it about the same?
Oh, it's I think it's 15 quid. Yeah. Or it's either 12 or 15, isn't it? So it's similar to, very similar.
Did you know Peter Lyons holds the record for the highest break in highest break from a debutant in the World Championships.
Say that again.
Peter Lines holds the record for the highest break by a debutant in the World Championships. I think it was like 1998.
What is it?
He made a 141.
Oof.
Evening, Q-Star. Welcome back, buddy. Did you catch any of the match before, Q? Darren Morgan and Ken Doherty? Ken played well in that last frame. He had a decent break, didn't he?
But then eventually, he didn't to start with. Right, Prestigion 280 hertz. Peter Lyons is ahead at the moment. Going well, to be fair. Red's gathered a little above the black. There was one on the side cushion, but he just moved that.
So he's got him with a 39. Played safe. Jimmy's at the table. Jimmy's completely missed the red.
Not so good. I know this ref. It's a funny lad. He's a rail worker.
Ken Doherty won 4-2. Q-Star. He was 2-2 actually. And he got, I think it was about a 70 or an 80 break in the last frame. Nice little break it was. I didn't see any of this afternoon's sessions because I was actually down well, not quite your neck of the woods, but Stoke-on-Trent. Took the kids to the monkey forest.
Yeah, I've never heard of that place.
It was quite good. You just basically, obviously there's these paths that you have to stick to, and then you've just got these monkeys like just cracking on, doing whatever they want. They'll come up to you. They'll be fighting, be eating, and all kinds. Quite cool. Kids liked it. Yeah, but Stephen Hendry's actually, he's played all right since. Apparently he's
Once he woke
working
up
with.
again, isn't it?
He's had quite a
Steve
few like
Feeney, you would
70,
say, aren't
80
you?
breaks. He was unlucky not to
Yeah.
make century yesterday. But he said he's working with Steve Feeney in sight right now. Mark Williams told him to get onto him. He was going to quit completely. Seems to be working.
You know, the sight right board, he's now done a little one. Literally, you can stick in your pocket. I think it's a little bit higher to offset the sort of the lack of because it's partly the width that makes it so clear as well.
Yeah, they're weird, them things, because when we were at Steve Barton's, he had something similar, didn't he? For checking your alignment. What's gone on there? He must have hit the yellow.
Monkey Forest, yes. So 6 watches then. Is William still here?
There's a lot of chatting going on here, isn't there? Amongst all of them.
No. I don't think Mushtak must be on. But they are 5.5 hours ahead, mate. So it's probably kind of late for him.
Yeah, it's a late start, isn't it, this one? They're not far off schedule, though, because they did say about 9 p.m.
Yeah,
They
they're not far behind.
They take a lot longer, don't the seniors do take a lot longer. Matty.
Matty, for some reason, the pros don't like the softer tips because it adds throw to the ball, apparently. Yeah. So to them, because they fully understand how to deal with the throw, irrespective of what they're trying to do with the white, they want something a bit more consistent, so a harder tip. Whereas to those of us that aren't that good, it just makes us miscue.
Yeah, Q Star saying you want to take a trip to Sight Right. There's one of the guys in our team actually bought one of the that was a Sight Right Q, wasn't it, Tony?
Yeah.
And
Billy's still got it. Yeah.
It's obviously got the 2 lines, sort of just probably around the balance point, wasn't it? Just a bit further up, about 20 inches from the butt end.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of get it in line with your shot. I found it a bit weird, really, how to use it. I don't know if you felt the same. So
I'm not convinced on the cue it's ideal because you can make it misalign by rolling it, can't you?
Yeah, just strange.
And you're still in line. But that, if you roll it, the 2 lines do that, as opposed to that, which is what happens on the other, isn't it? So
there's got to be something in it because there's been far too many pros that have, suddenly had a resurgence, isn't there? Like you've got Stuart Bingham, Mark Williams.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's. I don't think it's revolutionary enough. I don't think it's like massively groundbreaking. I think it's a really quick way of identifying.
Yeah. Yeah, you might have a point there. The bendy cue, is that the one that's got the spring in it? I remember a Break from Life guy doing a video on that.
Make it twist, don't you?
Yeah. But I feel with that kind of cue, if you're not cueing parallel, then if you're always the butt bit high, then you're always gonna bend it, aren't you? The way you're cueing. I suppose that cue will just help you be more parallel to the table.
Yeah.
Good safety there by Jimmy. Stuck him right behind the blue. Who is this commentator?
I think it's the like I said, Wayne Cooper, the guy that was in the comp and lost today.
Nice shot there. He left one into the middle. I think he has.
Looking at the score, I'd say yes.
Yeah, that's the only downside to having the live board compared to delaying the live stream, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good though, I like them graphics.
It did.
Yeah, the last stream we did done not too bad numbers in the end. I was looking today.
Yeah.
I think we're up to about. Let's have a look. Nearly 2.9k now.
It's mad. Ollie Lyons making a ton using the bendy cue. That takes some doing.
How old is Ollie Lyons? Because he hangs about with Judd Trump. He's good mates with Judd Trump, isn't he?
Ollie Lyons. Look him up on
25.
God, he's had kids young.
Judd Trump, 31. Aye. Peter Lyons. Quite a few good pros based up in Northern Snooker Centre, isn't there?
Oh yeah.
You were watching that Sanderson Lamb, weren't you? Practicing a couple of years back.
Oh, he's amazing. He's just another one that he did in practice. Fantastic.
Is he still on the tour or has he dropped off? I've not heard of him. Is he just on the
He's off the
Challenge
tour.
Tour now? Is he on the Challenge Tour?
Yeah, basically. He was on the Challenge Tour last year, and he was in Q School. He was in the recent playoffs as well. So he did rather well.
To be fair, he does look well for 50, doesn't he? Played just a bit pacey. Great line though. What do people think of the format of this tournament? Do you think that they need to start it earlier or something? Because I always think the second games are always starting dead late, aren't they? Like Peter Lyons' game last night didn't start till
You'll break
10.
up a bit tonight, mate. Peter's 50. Yeah, Peter Lyons is 50. Some of us look like you. Do I look 52? No, he looks 55.
So who's got Jimmy winning this then?
William said, you reckon Jimmy would take it? Kind of
Q-Star.
They come. He started. Shot clock might help, yeah.
What time did that Fernandez match finish? Because they had to bring them back on after the Patrick Wallace match. Were you struggling to get to sleep, Q-Star? Did that match help you? They must have been gutted though, because they started their match at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And they dragged their asses and then had to get taken off the table for Jimmy to play. Jesus, can you imagine a shot clock being introduced? Takes them 30 seconds to get out of the chair.
He's one of those egg timers.
It'd have to be 30 seconds to get to the table and then 30 seconds for your shot.
The big lad looked ruined. When you say the big lad, Q-Star, do you mean Leo Fernandez, the player? Or was it? Do you mean the referee? Because there's one referee that's 6'4", isn't it? No, 6'5" is. He's the same height as Jan Baas.
Looks a free ball to me, that.
It's a real close call, isn't it?
Right, it's frame over. The scoreboard's updated.
Oh, right, so it has. Actually, it's a hell of a long way ahead, mate.
I think he'll sink this and then it'll be, frame.
Yeah. The reason I say it's a hell of a long way ahead is because I've got this stream feed on here, which is about 20 seconds behind what's on your screen, isn't it?
Yeah, there is that.
So, and it's still what's on YouTube is behind. Yeah. This is
There you go.
okay.
Jimmy concedes.
Different scores, but it's exactly how it went on, isn't it? Exactly how his first match went on. Terribly slow.
Yeah, they're within their rights to change their mind, the referee. But for God's sake, you think that was an easy call, wasn't it? Easily a free ball.
I don't know, because looking at it, and they didn't get the camera right behind it to look through that gap properly, did they? They just somewhere about right. Yeah. So it was certainly a close call.
Peter Lines has had 2 career titles. I wonder what they are. Actually, he won the World Seniors in 2017.
Yeah, World Seniors, yeah.
Tough match for Jimmy, this. He got so close to that, it's stayed in the jaws, hasn't it? Been a bit fortunate there, though. He snookered behind the blue. Find a plant from somewhere.
See, to be fair, mate, this is quite a tough match. This one.
I just said, yeah, it's a tough match for Jimmy, this.
Very much.
I think Peter Lines is gonna have it. It's a bit of a shame because I would have liked to seen Jimmy against Stephen Hendry next in the semis. That'd have been a great. Well, to
I think the
bring
winner
back
of this
memories
is
of
in
my
the
youth.
final. I think they'll get to the final. Whoever takes this.
I don't know. I've quite fancied Stephen Hendry. He's played well today. Looking at the scoring he's done.
He has. You're quite right, but I just think that because these two guys are both, tour players. Yeah,
Match hardened
I just
type.
think they'll. Yeah, and they've been playing. Admittedly, yeah, the lockdown won't have helped, will it? Because we've seen that in all the other matches, haven't we?
Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
I wonder if the semis are best of 7 as well. I know the final's a bit extended, isn't it?
I think the final's 11. I'm not. Let's take a look.
Has he left a gap? Well, he must have.
Still. Semi-finals, best of 9, mate. So finals best of 9, semi-finals best of 7.
Viable
Michaela Tabs
solutions.
in the final.
Jimmy's not settled yet, really. First frame,
So
he's
Ken Doherty against Michael Judge.
first frame he struggled. He's missed a couple of balls completely, playing safe.
Same as the last match that he played in.
Yeah, kind of.
Slow out the blocks. See what happens.
Problem is with this game, where when he played Joe Johnson, he went attacking, didn't he? And he opened all the balls up, knowing that, you know, it's not too risky against Joe, is it? But he can't play that type of game against Peter.
Whoa, viable solution. You haven't got the house bets on it, have you? Say it's not a big bet.
I've quit betting on snooker.
And who is it with? Is it Daffabet? Given he's a Daffabet ambassador. Just the back door. Saying nothing. Ladbrokes. Yes.
Oh.
What was it? What were the odds?
What
viable?
A
Jimmy's Q's 21 ounce.
Jesus.
Good Lord.
Richard King would like that.
Maybe that's what. Maybe that's why Richard has 22. So that's one of the reasons I changed my Q recently, just to be a bit lighter. Jimmy 11 to 10. God.
Not far off evens, is it? I wonder what Peter Lines is.
200 on Ronnie at 11 to 4, so that's 550 quid back.
When did you put that bet on then, Viable? Was that right at the start of the tournament? Must have been.
11 to 10's pretty crap odds, isn't it?
Yeah, 11 to 10. But
it's looking exactly like the other frame, the other match, isn't it? Slow, scrappy start. Okay. Peter Lyons has scored. But now Jimmy's looking confident again. We need his business partner here, don't we?
We need Mark back in the chat.
Yeah, Mark, where are you?
He might be back up in Manchester with his missus.
Could be.
He might be.
You're wondering what we're on
engaged.
about, Viable. We had a guy in the chat on the Joe Johnson Jimmy White match. Turned out to be Jimmy White's business partner. Did a bit of checking while we were online, and it's just yeah, everything sort of added up, because obviously you don't know, do you? I mean, you know, Dave could say he's Elliot Slesser's standing, but so yeah, Jimmy's just reading something else on that. Jimmy's business partner was in, but he was using this to get the update of what was going on in the match, because he was driving. He couldn't find it online anyway.
Viable, thanks for subscribing, mate.
Those people that subscribe while we're chatting crap. Do you think they check out your other videos first and say, "Oh no, it's
probably not.
Looks like his channel is worth following."
Well, yeah, Mushtak the
Can't be
other
following
night.
for this crap, can I?
Mushtak's been subscribed since we started doing the watch-alongs during the Worlds. And then on
Yeah,
two
yeah.
nights ago, he says, "Oh, what's your highest praise?"
During his power cuts.
Like, check out my videos, Mushtak.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you did you watch the match before, Bible? Darren Morgan went to the table and then went to the table to break off. Went down on his shot, got back up, went back to his seat, put his glove on because he has to when he's warm, he has to wear a glove. When he's playing international stuff for Wales, he tends to wear a glove when they go over to Saudi and Qatar and places like that. So yeah, there's a lot of people wearing a glove.
Yeah, it's just this time of year. Well, it's been very hot, hasn't it? So just not enjoyable playing snooker like this.
Oh, it's unreal. It's unreal.
But we
I
still
hate it when it's too hot.
just want to get out there and play, don't we?
Oh yeah, yeah. Go on, Dave. Let them know what your highest break is.
85 in a match. Practice. Had a few centuries, and then there is a maxi on my channel actually in a lineup.
Me, it's in the 50s.
Don't get sandpaper on your cue, whatever you do. You're
Not
gonna
seen that one.
you're gonna end up with no bloody shaft left. We had a guy actually in our team. He used to do that,
Yeah, I've
and
just
his cue used to go. It used to
the queue
taper
is
in
like
and then back out. I think he had a Q-tip. It used to be about 10 mil, and he got it down to about 7, wasn't it?
yeah, yeah. It was around about 7.5, and we noticed that he'd always miss cue during a match. Always, never failed. And when he did it, you could see the cue going. It's like, okay, oh, the stupid coating. Is dead stroke still in here or what? Because
I don't
if you
think
scroll up to the
Deathstroke's
top
in.
of the, well, he certainly was in. But if you scroll up to the top of the chat variable, Deadstroke does a bit of key restoration, and yeah, he's got a few tips. Joke about Alex Higgins, the supermodel. Go on. I haven't. Go on, Bible. Let's hear it.
What cue are you currently playing with then? And what are you thinking of getting? Tony's just bought a new Maximus Ultimate. Nice bat.
I was going to say, let's have a shout out, Maximus.
Superb cues.
Yeah. Waiting for the punchline. Oh.
Good old Alex.
Snooker behind the brown. Yeah, the linseed oil. That's you're going to order some, weren't you, Dave? It's just a bit combustible, as in it might actually go on fire spontaneously. It's a good joke, Bible. Don't worry.
How often should you treat your queue with linseed oil? Because they say only like, obviously it depends on how much you use your queue, but they only reckon you do it sort of 2-3 times a year, don't they?
Yeah, it's not often, and it's more to do with how often you use it. So, because you use yours more than I use mine, you probably do yours 2 or 3 times. I might do mine once, maybe twice.
Yeah, because when we
Raw, never ever boiled. Oh yes,
when we
it's a
went
mantra for
to
life. That one, Q-Star.
Stew and they did our ferals and
Also depends if you
treated it.
snooker behind the red viable solutions. Sometimes you can't get to the pink because you snooker behind the red. Must have heard that one before.
Aye.
That's a Viz top tip, that is.
What do they say?
Well, sorry, it's a Viz Roger's Profanosaurus definition, snooker behind the red. And the time of the month stops play. And the only pot is a tight but difficult brown.
When the Red River's flowing, take the
All
dirt
planned.
track.
Oh, dearie me. This will be demonetised, mate. Sorry. Anyway, yeah, 1-1. And exactly what happened in the first match, isn't it? Lost the first frame. And say, right, what he's getting on, he might need a hand. Yes, Viz. Haven't read that for years.
Bit before my time, the Viz.
Got to say, you know, I don't really know how much YouTube paid because it's not my channel. So, although I've seen some of the figures on some of the other channels that I'm involved in. Yeah, they do all right.
Where you from, Viable?
So you're on Tiger again tonight, David?
Yeah, just a couple of brewskis, you know.
It's been a hard week, isn't it?
Very hard. Working tomorrow.
Got any live snooker streaming to do? That's all over the next few days, mate.
I would like to do if Jimmy wins this, I would like to do the Jimmy and Stephen Hendry match. But I think that's tomorrow evening.
That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow afternoon, I think. Isn't it? I say that. Yeah, that's midday tomorrow, Jimmy and Steve. Oh, sorry, winner of this and Steve and Hendry is midday tomorrow.
Oh, is it? I can't. I'll be working tomorrow.
And the next match is 2:00 tomorrow, and the final is 7:00 tomorrow.
Oh, it doesn't end on Sunday.
No, all ends tomorrow. Take a look at the breaks, shall we? What's the highest break?
Stuart Bingham's Q. Yeah, that's a Q creator. Oh, it's a nasty looking Q, that, isn't it? I know
Oh,
it's
yeah.
personal preference, but he got it because he likes blue.
Highest break is 90, by the way. Yeah, highest break is 90 by Jimmy. 285s by Peter Lyon. There seems to be a lot of repetition of scores here. I'm sure it's not picking it up right. I'll have to have a word with Ron. Because Stephen Hendry's got 481 breaks in his quarter final. It's only first to four, isn't it? Quarter final. Because that's what this is. So you're about to have an 81 in each frame.
You're asking our opinion on how Ronnie played against Selby in the semis. He wasn't willing to let Selby dictate how the match was going to go, did he? So he's not willing to play safe and get bogged down, and it's a risky tactic, but it worked for him. And then Selby come out saying he disrespected him in the game, blah 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 blah. Sour grapes, wasn't it? You what tournament?
Yeah, they've got a point actually.
What tournament was it when Selby spent about 8 minutes on like a black or something? Do you remember that?
It was 6-a-bit minutes because there's a new video on YouTube floating around with that and Ronnie's fastest 147
That's just ridiculous.
side by side.
You just got to love Ronnie, haven't you? Because he's just so controversial. I know he does like contradict himself with lots of things he says, but he creates headlines, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. He does. Just looked at that break in the quarter final, and Stephen Hendry's only got 181 breaks, so yeah, that's something amiss. Message Mr. Florax now.
Viable. You're saying there the final would have been a snore fest. I was dreading kind of a McGill Selby final, but you know what? McGill impressed me at the end against Selby, not Selby, against Wilson.
Yeah.
When he picked his pace up, he played great. But early on in the tournament, he was dragging, wasn't he? He was slowing everything down.
Yeah.
Matty V, Joe Davis, Peridot Q will make you a better player. It's true. Yeah, I just don't think Peridot are the brand they used to be, are they? You don't. I don't think.
No.
I don't think any pro plays with a Peridot.
I think. I'm sure I've seen one recently. You know that laminated Peridot that Gary's got. I'm sure I saw a play with one the other day. Might have been Ben Mertens.
I've got to agree there with Viable.
And I know he's not pro because he's on 14.
McGill would have given Ronnie a better game, I think. Which is mad to think, really, because he was it's the same when he played Lazowski. When you watched them both playing, you'd have thought that McGill was the seeded player over Lazowski. He just seems to have a lot of.
Yeah.
Well, he has got a lot of experience, hasn't he? He's just fallen out of the top tier.
It's weird, isn't it? Very, very, very peculiar. Right, where are we? Yeah, got a great good chance for a frame for White. It's open enough.
Yeah, it is like a carbon copy of the Joe Johnson game, isn't it? He started queuing now. He's gonna have to play some sort of cannon into these reds just above the black.
Yeah. Apparently the breaks repeating is a known issue.
All right.
Going to be doing some testing after the comp finishes.
I'll play for you. Pink.
Yeah, Jimmy queuing the ball low. He's one of these that queues very low and then lifts just before delivery, isn't he?
I wouldn't say that that's why he didn't
It's
win.
what Richard King does as well.
I just think he didn't. I wouldn't say he lacked bottle, but I think he just because obviously he did have bottle because he won so many ranking events. But I don't know. I think there was just so much pressure on him, wasn't there, in the Worlds, especially for the amount of times he got to the final. And everybody wanted him to win.
Yeah, massive expectations. Yeah, it's probably a lot to do with it. Devil's dandruff. I don't know anything about that. You can tell when I'm laughing, can't you? Screen bounces. Well, that's a bad miss. A bad miss. Couldn't play with a perm. Could you play with a perm like Jimmy had, Dave?
With a what?
Could you play with a perm like Jimmy had?
No. My snooker's only got better since I started shaving my head. I was crap before then. Well, that and a bit of practice. What does that sound like? An original talisman? Getting chalked?
I tell you what, those tips were.
Mm.
Story with this frame is that Jimmy's built a healthy lead, but he's left Peter, by missing an easy red, he's left Peter enough points to make a bit of a hole in it.
Does he need a snooker? If he gets blue, that's 18. 51.
Let's have a look. Yeah, that's after the event. So yeah, he needs one snooker.
No, he
Could
doesn't.
tie before he went.
It's 51 on.
The live scoring page is saying it's 43 on with 45 difference. That's interesting because it's not 43 on, is it? These now that Jimmy's got the red.
Yeah, that's frame over now, isn't it? Yeah, Q-Star, that when he missed that black, he was cruising, wasn't he? And then that clear.
Yeah.
Hendry made that clearance was superb. He smelt blood, didn't he? He just took it.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I wonder if Jimmy had won a world championship, would he have won another?
I think I'm sure he would have done, to be honest.
I feel sorry
and their
for
prime
him.
Ronnie or Hendry. Difficult. I think both, because I think that's one of the main issues of the way that or the main points about snooker the way it is at the moment is you don't get the one player domination because there's so many that are just that bloody good. Yeah.
Hendry
One
was a
snooker here
winning
and
team,
the blacks near the jaws. He would grind Ronnie as whether or not he'd grind him down, isn't it? He'd have certainly ground the old Ronnie down as he did. When Ronnie's in a good place at the moment, he can't do well, doesn't he?
I just feel sorry for Jimmy White when, how much natural talent he had, and then he's never won a Worlds, and the likes of bloody John Parrott and Dennis Taylor have. It's just not fair, is it?
No, I mean, as you said, there's a lot of people who've won it once, but you only have to win it once, don't you? Peter Ebden, Ken Doherty, John Parrott, like you said, Stuart Bingham.
I think it's mad how Sean Murphy and Neil Robertson haven't won it more than once.
Yeah. Again, that's just the sheer strength and depth of field of the play now. There's so many that are just bloody good, aren't
they? Yeah, I've seen that video. He's playing Alan McManus, isn't he? And Alan, he slapped himself. Have you seen that, Tony? When Tony Drago?
Say that again.
Tony Drago starts smacking himself in the head because I think he conceded a frame when there was points still left, and I think Alan McManus accepts his concession, and then he realizes that there's pointless. No. But then, like, you've got. But when you realise it is, and then. Yeah.
Hear me, Cube Star?
Audio. I've not touched anything, so don't know. I'll have a listen. Say something, Tony.
Strange. I can hear you. Oh no, it's saying all good. Is it back then, Cube Star?
No, it's working fine, so. Ref asked him, "Are you conceding?"
How's
McManus
your
says,
internet
"I
now?
accept the concession." Yeah, fingers crossed the internet's alright. I changed the BT socket, moved the cable and that.
Nothing wrong with audio. And he's back, yeah, okay. You break up on Skype often enough, but I think that's because OBS just says it needs more bandwidth, doesn't it?
Yeah, you
I
do
think
get
Ronnie
a
will ever
few
win another world
glitches with
championship. Yeah. Definitely Dean.
I think so.
He'll yeah, next year. It's not that long away now, is it?
I think he's still got a good few years left on the Pro Tour, easily.
It's a funny old thing, though, isn't it, with this? Because they can go in this next year. The over 40s can. I wouldn't disagree, Viable. If he does get it. I was talking about Lewis Hamilton to somebody today, and how initially he wasn't bothered by records. But as he's got closer to Schumacher's record, it's like, actually, I can do this. I mean, he only needs a couple more wins now to equal it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And, so Henry did retire too young, but for whatever reason, he thought it was the right thing to do at the time. Would have been nice if he'd carried on.
It'd have been interesting to see, like, if he could have still competed, wouldn't it?
Oh, he would have done.
What time is it with you, Matty? I think you're 2 hours ahead, aren't you?
Yeah, viable. I think personally, I think at the end of the day, it was his decision based on his health. Can't knock it, and I think there's the snooker. I found it. I'll be honest. I found it a little bit strange, shall we say? You got the screen between the two players that are both tested negative, and a little screen around the heads, but nothing. Then once you got anywhere near the table, nothing between the crowd and the players. And I don't know. I know it wouldn't have looked great, but maybe something a bit more like an ice hockey rink type of thing, a screen a bit more around it would have been a little bit more, just a bit more separation, because they were allowing the crowd to take the masks off. So it's a really, really difficult situation to be in. I think he was right to step aside. It gave Karen an easy start, left him with a 9-day comp instead of 17. But it's what it is, isn't it? Story with a frame, right? Well, my mate Carl's trying to put balls back now, which is after a miss, and that's not going to be easy. That's not going to be easy at all, because the green is around about the yellow spot. There's nearly a ball's width. He's got to move it quite a bit yet. He knows it's wrong. The green's around about the yellow spot, and it's quite a squeeze to get between. Jimmy's got to go around the back, and clip it from behind, because the green has the red next to it and the yellow in front of it. So it's not a pleasant respotting to be trying to do, because it's 3 balls moved.
Jimmy, he needed
Dennis
snooker
Taylor
Peter lines, and Jimmy missed one. He didn't get out of it, and then this is the second one now, so he's given 2 fouls.
Yeah.
So Peter Lines can win this.
29 behind, 35 remaining.
It'd be a bit of a sickener if Peter nicks this one.
Peter can win the frame, yes. There's 1 red left on, so 35 on. So he can nip it by 6 points. Needs down to the black. He's just feathered the red. It's a good shot. Now, he just needs any colour. Oh, Peter.
It's something that we do.
Jeez.
Well, we started in the World Championships, covered most of Ronnie's matches, and then we weren't going to do the World Seniors, but Q-Star suggested it, so we've only done the Jimmy match.
Yeah, Peter just went in off, and he got his snooker, went in and played safe. It's gone in off. And so Jimmy's he's left Jimmy with an easy opener. Stevie Seagate, where are you based? What country are you in? Henry John's back in, Dave. Yeah, viable. We just started doing this because I quite often go around to Dave's, particularly he's got his little lad at home. Quite often go down to Dave's and we'd sit and watch the snooker, chat about it. But obviously you can't really do that at the moment. Okay, Stevie, if you're in the UK, bring up the red button, BBC. It's on the red button, or BBC iPlayer. It's on there, and that's about it, isn't it, in the UK, Dave?
Yeah, just sometimes it can be a bit difficult to find. If you go, once you're logged in on the BBC iPlayer, go to the categories and just go to sport, and then it'll be in the sports section. They don't always show it on the main homepage.
Yeah, they're not making it easy to find, are they?
No. Luca Brissell, next big thing. He's a bit of a slow burner, isn't he? I quite like watching him play. He's a really good player. I think he should have achieved more than he has, really.
Viable. You want this link. Because that's the live score.
Stevie, if you go to categories and then sport, it'll be in there.
Women's golf. Hey, what's that? What's that one's name? Paige what? American lady golfer. It's Paige Sporanic or something like that. She's a nice lady. Yes, Stevie. Yeah, BBC iPlayer then. And up on your TV or your smart or your Fire Stick.
Actually, he's got a point here. I've gone to sport. It's not on there.
Isn't it? Got it open. That's how I'm watching.
Well, yeah, we've got it live here on iPlayer.
Anyway, the link I just put up for Viable, that's the live scores at the moment.
Is it on the BBC Sport website as well, Q? I think it's a bit glitchy, the old BBC iPlayer, isn't it?
The iPlayer. Yeah, actually, that's a good point. Yeah. Found a link on the BBC. Sorry, Viable, what didn't come up? The link I posted, did it not bring up the live scores? I actually am a moderator on the site. I can, because of stuff that I do for World Snooker, I can get into that site fully, but I haven't actually logged in. It's given me the option to log in, and I haven't done it yet. So just going into the snookersnores.net, look in the organisations, look in the World Seniors, and you can find the current running tournament.
Try and post that link again, Tony, because I think I've got links disabled in the chat.
No, it didn't come up in chat. Tell you what, I'll post it to you, Dave, and then you can post it up, yeah?
I've made you an admin now, it should come up.
Oh, right, okay. Let's try that. Yeah, you did, yeah. Okay.
It's getting a drink.
That's the main comp. Live scores. Details. That's the second link. That's the live score feed. Sarab, knock knock. You back?
Sorry, Sim. Wait.
And while I'm at it, then yeah. That links the BBC feed. All right, well, two frames to one to Jimmy White. Excuse me. Peter Lyon's a little bit tucked up behind the green, although he's got one in the.
Just had to go ninja in the kitchen. Try not to wake the cat up.
You don't wake that cat up. So yeah, Selby did get a little bit wound up. Tiger's back, yes. Last 5 frames of which one? Of the final itself, or the 3 frames of this one tonight? Jimmy was really slow out of the blocks again at the beginning of the match. Very slow. Woke up second frame and has taken the third one as well. So.
Dodgy dentures cell. His arse on dodgy dentures cell. Some good banter in the chat tonight.
That's what you need. That's what you need. Ronnie, he got a little bit of rub, didn't he? But yeah, it probably stands out because he's so bloody good, isn't he? That's the problem.
Well, I kind of disagree with that. Yeah, and I know he got a bit of rub when he was smashing the balls.
Still got to take. Yeah.
Session 2 and 3, he got so much bad luck. So I think it comes your way, comes its way around, doesn't it?
Straight teeth.
So who's in the other semi? Obviously, Hendry plays the winner of this, and then is it Michael Judge playing Ken Doherty?
Yeah, that's it. Ronnie's cue action. He certainly struggled with it. So much so that he was making a joke of it himself. Wasn't it?
He was. What was he saying? If he could buy a cue action, he would.
Yeah, you know what? He could have been stretching the truth a little bit, couldn't he, rival? Yeah, so some mind games, as you say. Distinct possibility. Amazon. Somebody checked; they were all out, apparently.
Henry, it is a tough match for Jimmy, this. Oh, Peter Lines is Mr. Black off the spot and opened all the reds up.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kyron played well the evening session, didn't he? That I think it was the second session, and he let Ronnie off really because he could have gone 9-7, was it? He ended up going 10. No, what was it? 9-8. He could have gone. Ended up going 10-7.
Yeah, it was a bit of a shame. Ronnie injured
Ronnie was
before the
just
tournament
all
about
activity,
COVID.
wasn't he?
Yeah.
Jimmy's Mr. Black off the spot now.
Yeah, I think the crowd coming back in probably played into Ronnie's hands more than anyone else's on that day, more than Kyron's.
Yeah. Difficult table this, so a couple of reds on the cushions.
Does need to, as the commentator just said, he really does need to get something out of this visit because it will set him down. Yeah, Keystar, I messaged Jamie Clark after he'd beaten Mark Allen and just said, like, you made it to the Crucible. That's, well, it was actually after the first session with Mark Allen. It's like, you made it to the Crucible. That's something a hell of a lot of players just don't get to do anyway. You've won a frame. You've won a scrappy frame. You've had a turn. You've had a total clearance. You've had your highest break as a pro. The only thing left for him to do on that was to win a match, which he did. Then after that, obviously, it's win the whole thing. But yeah, chances of that were always it was always going to be difficult because there's just so many things that got over. Yeah, so many things that just got to line up, isn't it? But I thought he played wonderfully well. Somebody said to me today he's got a Tesla, Dave.
Jamie Clark.
Yeah, same with Mark Williams.
I wonder if they got it from Ron Skinner.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah.
Crucible Vintage, new to Sorab. Well, they've been here for a long time, and there's a lot of things that go on here. I've been to it a couple of times. It's a hell of a venue. It's a very old-fashioned theatre, so the sides are quite steep. Not quite like that, obviously, but you really are. When you sat, your knees are behind the shoulders of the guy that you're behind. So you really are looking over the top. A lot of modern theatres are a little bit the seating, the rake on the seating's a lot shallower, isn't it? It's a very intense venue, very intense. Deadstroke is back in the room.
Deadstroke, welcome. You enjoying the match? No, this table was the table that the World Final was played on. Ronnie and Kyron. Yeah.
Somebody put a picture up because they reclothed it again. Somebody put a picture up, and there was a little bit of a pull in the cloth, so they had to redo it after I think it was the opening match. Don't know if it moved with heat like they do, because obviously it's terribly hot, isn't it, at the moment? And yeah, Henry, it's slow starter. You're quite right. White lines.
Did you just see that camera angle lining up the shot? Literally serious bottom on it, and then strokes it like just below centre.
It's quite strange. Like, so there's a couple of people that
Richard King cues like
seen
that.
doing it. Richard does, yeah. But let's be honest, it works for him, doesn't it? He's no slouch, is he? He's Andy.
He may have modelled himself on Jimmy. You don't know, do you?
He's got a heavy cue. Plays left-handed. I think that's more to do with genetics than anything else. He's got a few 147s like him as well, hasn't he? Oh, to be that good, eh, Dave?
Tricky shot, this one. And it's in. Scoreboard's updated, so he's took this frame.
Crazy fluke pink, yes. It was crazy.
Looks like your bet's coming in.
And it's... Yeah. Darren struggled to really get going tonight. It's a shame for him. I think he probably would have fancied his chances of getting past Ken, particularly as Ken didn't start particularly well either. So hedging his bets now.
Yeah, Ken Doherty's just too strong for him in the end. It's mad the levels in snooker, though, isn't it? When you watched it, like Richard King lost to Darren Morgan, didn't he? In the Welsh semis, was it?
Yeah.
and like we know how good Rich is. So then obviously you compare that to Darren Morgan, right? Well, Darren Morgan's obviously better than Rich, and then Darren Morgan loses to Ken Doherty, right? So fucking hell. And Ken Doherty loses to bloody Selby, and you think, oh shit, in hell, the levels is ridiculous.
Yeah. Viable. I do the website for Welsh Snooker. Deadstroke plays in the Welsh Day, plays in the Welsh as well. So yeah, we've seen Darren play many times, and yeah, we just haven't seen him in close quarters what he can play like. He's another person that retired way too early. There's no question about it. But he'd got other business interests and decided that he was going to pursue a career and a life outside of snooker. Didn't go back into amateur snooker for quite a long time, but he gets along to all of the international competitions. He's a hell of a player still, so there's probably temperature there today more than anything, because he went to the table and he straight away had to go back and get his glove on because it was just so warm.
No glove,
He's
no
a hell of
love.
a player. He's the reigning Welsh amateur champion, still in the Welsh Amateur Championship this year as well.
Aaron Hill, cracking player.
When you think about it, I'll be honest. I used to follow the snooker way back when and think, I always thought Darren was good, but you think just, but he didn't topple Hendry or Davis. Yeah, they were just kind of too good, weren't they? He got to world number 8. You can't knock it. Just see him in the international comps now, and he blows most people away. Stan the man. Viable. Do you know who Deadstroke means when he says Stan the man? It's Stan Moody.
What a cut that was by Peter Lyons.
That's Stan the man. That was a hell of a cut. That was Stan Moody's a 13-year-old. Plays at the levels in Huddersfield. And if you look around on YouTube, you'll find videos of him knocking in 147s, clearing the table, clicking the table fast, playing Ronnie and losing on the black. And admittedly, it was an exhibition. Obviously, Ronnie likes to give the public a little bit of a show, doesn't he? But Stan's quite a player. I think it's fair to say. He competed in Q School this year, despite being 13, and he did actually win a match as well. So I think that winning a match was probably more than his dad expected him to do. Just needed to. It's very clear, unless he discovers drinking women, and I'm sure he's got people around him that'll probably persuade him against that. You can probably see that he's capable enough and got a reasonable chance of. a good point. Viable. Willie
Someone
Thorne
put in the
making
chat
loads of
actually.
147s. Yeah.
I think we touched on this Dan Moody like in another live stream, and I don't know who it was. Someone put in the chat that they'd watched him and they'd seen like a Stephen Lee at his age playing. I think it was Stephen Lee that was mentioned, and like they basically said that Stephen Lee was like so much better than what he was at his age. But you can't compare like for like, can you?
I don't think you can, and also Stan. He's quite small. He's quite a small. Quite a small child, really. So he needs to he needs to grow into himself a little bit first, and he has grown. I've seen a picture of him with a couple of pros this week because all these seniors have been practicing up at Dings Academy, and he's been down there. He was on the BBC during the World Championships as well.
How's this Mark Allen's stepson getting on these days? Because he's come on, hasn't he? He's a good player. So
Come on
McGuigan, isn't
massively as well. But he's Robbie McGuigan. He's not made didn't make it out of Q school this year. I think he's 16 now. So yeah, I know there's one 16-year-old made it out of Q school this time, and obviously Julian Boyko is only 14, despite being 6 foot, God knows what. And he's got his pro ticket.
Has he got a pro card already?
Yeah,
Pro card.
Got a pro card recently. Basically, because he came runner up in the WSF. I think it's partly to do with the some of the names that were dropping off the tour and actually saying they were giving up. Because there's a couple of people who dropped off the tour and decided they weren't going to go into Q school just because of age or whatever. And like Peter Ebden turning around and saying that he was going to retire. So it kind of freed up a few more tickets. Might get a new back window if this bet comes in. So Julian Boyko for getting to the final of WSF Open, and Sean Maddox for getting to the final of the WSF Junior Open. They both got tickets.
Yeah, he's superb.
Nice.
He's superb, that Boyko, isn't he?
They're both great. Yeah. Sean's got the edge between the ears at the moment because he's that little bit older. He's just got a much more measured approach around the table. And just have to see to see how Julian progresses over the next 2 years. Because I've certainly got no doubt it is all down to experience, isn't it? And you're not going to have the experience at age 14, whatever age you start at, because your head just works in a different way, doesn't it? The top 16. It's very, very difficult to break into the top 16. The way the rankings work and the draw for a lot of the tournaments. Number 1 plays number 128. Number 2 plays 127, 3, 126, etc., etc., etc. That's You
I
hear me,
don't
Dave?
know. Yeah, I can hear you, mate. Nothing's changed this end.
Yeah, same thing again.
Must be a
Am I back yet,
OBS
Deadstroke?
Skype thing.
Tell you
So,
what, I'll change earpieces.
They can hear you now.
Yeah. I'll leave the two in for it. You don't move enough, Dave.
I won last
He
night.
moves quick when he's out of a beer.
The other night, the stream froze. My internet went down, and I
Yeah, it
won
did actually
the
freeze, didn't it?
I won the statue competition.
You didn't move for 5 minutes, did you?
No.
It's a bit lonely for me, that was. You had to set up a new camera, didn't you? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the back door, the back window, and maybe even a back gate viable at this rate.
Jimmy White playing Stephen Hendry tomorrow. That's gonna be
He's
an
beginning
epic.
to annoy me. Good laugh on the piss. Should try drinking something else though, because like piss is usually warm as well, isn't it? Yeah, win's a win. Money's money. All right, so it's one snooker now. But it'll be, yeah, it's now 3. Well, when he sinks this blue, it will be.
Yeah, the match changed after. Excuse me. Peter Lines went in off, didn't he, in that frame when he got the snookers.
Because he always coming to the table. Whereabouts are you in Poland, Deadstroke? Oh, 30 quid on the lottery, Dave, last weekend. 3 numbers. It's a nice birthday present.
Have you got a quarantine when you come back, Deadstroke? 14 days.
Well, at the moment, no, but that could change. It's all right. You're still working at home anyway, aren't you, Deadstroke? I'm not sure about quarantine.
Legend.
It's all quite up in the air. Well, that's plane travel for you, mate.
Legend has it that you don't have to do any work when you quarantine.
buy a ticket. Oh. Yeah, Deadstroke. It's a bit of a difficult one. For a start, they'll just tell you at the drop of a hat that it's happening in 48 hours. Because the virus won't come back with anyone who comes in earlier than 48 hours, it knows that. And yeah, it's just. So you're still working at home though, aren't you? So if you'd be able to work at home, and if you need to, mate, well, I'll just get your shopping dropped off at your door. Find a way. What did Roy Keane say?
Oh.
Oh dear.
Have you read that? What Roy Keane said?
So go on. Yeah. So go on viable solutions. That must mean something rather than just. Is that a business? Do you provide solutions that are viable? Yeah, it is a great quote. Got to be honest.
What do you stream? Tony, you use AutoCAD, don't you?
Yeah, I use AutoCAD. Oh, Revit. Damn. You just swore. I haven't. I've not got my head around Revit. I'm a building services engineer, so you probably think I'm the like the shit that you bring on the sole of your shoe. Architects don't like us, mate. We say things like the plant room's not big enough, and they say, "Are you sure?" Yeah, because it's not big enough for a distribution board. Never mind a boiler and air handling plant. Revit is hard. It's supposed to do everything, and they're trying to make it do like switches and sockets. 83mm by 83mm. That is ridiculous. So it's a horrible hateful piece of software. But the trade is actually going against it now. Because the architects have they've sent the letter to Autodesk recently to say these are the areas where it's wrong. Are you going to fix it? I hope they bloody do.
Yeah, Peter Lyons misses a black.
Yeah. I still use
Over.
AutoCAD day to day, mate. Much preferred AutoCAD. Release 14? Jesus. ROKiT. What do you do then, Q-Star? A lot of architects are using ROKiT now instead of Revit because it's just that little bit more flexible. Won't be able to stop streaming now, mate. I'll have to wait for a bit.
Have a listen to what Jimmy has to say.
Well, yeah, you can have it and overlay that, mate. You should be all right with that one. Just looking for something on here.
Elliot, you got a good point there, mate. They've gone on a tangent here and started talking about the software.
Well, I tell you what, Elliot, I've drawn a snooker table in AutoCAD in full 3D, if that helps. You don't know Ross Bullman, do you, Elliot?
On it, but when I got in the balls, I felt really good, and I scored okay.
You looked as though you fancied it tonight. Every time you came to the table, it was with positivity. You were trying to get the black off the cushion, get the reds into play. You were really up for this.
Yeah, I'm sort of getting a bit more confidence.
It was a joy to behold, Elliot.
Go for my shots, and you know, if you're leaving other balls
on,
if you miss it.
Viable, yeah. Ross Bullman, yeah, he's
sort of last couple of years.
From the Republic of Ireland. Tell you, they've got a fantastic coach. PJ Nolan.
Would you say this is around about the best we've seen from
see him get them ready before each of the matches, and
what, in these last two matches?
Just in the last sort of, a couple of good wins in the
he strengthened the tie for them, telling them exactly when they've beaten them, and really gets them up for the game. But yeah, if you know Bible, if you know Ross Bullman, that should be. He's only a young lad. He's about 20, wouldn't he, Dave?
On the match,
I guess.
and I'm working on that. So, you know, a big match for me tomorrow. I'm playing.
Yeah, he's
Crucible.
He's a cracking player.
Well, it's
go back a few years. Some of the international stuff, they were using a really old profile picture for him when he was about 13.
In the World Championship, as well as all the big matches that went his way.
Steve Barton's Dave. Just got a shout out from Viable.
Both of you playing great snooker, rolling back the years in style.
Yeah, I was, watched him play his last couple.
Dave's got a bit of coaching with Steve Barton.
It's nice to see that he's practiced.
You and I went, Tony.
He's good.
Wants to win.
His coaching approach is excellent, isn't it?
Yeah, he's superb.
Not saying anyone else's isn't. I'm just saying his is excellent because that's the one I've seen. Jimmy's got the Century badge on.
From Snooker Legend and Jason Ferguson, they've got together, and we're going to play in most of the top venues after some of the tournaments are finished. So, everyone wants to play at the Crucible. It's the greatest place to play. But it looks like we'll be playing in all the venues. So all the senior players who sort of retired or semi-retired, they'll be getting their cue out, and it's going to get bigger and bigger things.
There's a call to action there. If you're watching this and you can still play a bit, come and join us. Jimmy, many congratulations. I know you're going off for another couple of interviews. His mobile phone will be blowing up for tickets, but there aren't any. You at home have got the very best seats in the house.
There we go. They're signing off, aren't they?
It's a shame. They'd probably
who's going to get to the final,
wouldn't they?
They probably would. Michael Judge to make the final, I reckon.
They're on at noon. Jimmy White.
I've got to be honest, Viable. If you ever get over to the find yourself because what Dave did, he booked a session with him when the Champions was on, didn't you?
Yeah, we went in November,
And
didn't we?
yeah, he had a 4-hour session with Steve Barton, and then we drove across town to the Rico Arena.
Good day, that
was excellent. Yeah, it was. The information that he gave you.
He's very thorough.
Yeah, PJ. If you know Ross Bullman, he can put you in touch with PJ Nolan. That's not a bad thing either.
Yeah, he's a good coach as well. He coaches.
Get yourself down to Carlo, and you'll find him there.
Coaches the whole Irish team, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's their resident youth coach. Like I say, he's excellent. It's I haven't seen him doing any coaching stuff, but I know a lot of people who go there to him, so he must be decent. But just the way he G's them up. He talks to them like they're his sons, not his grandsons or great grandsons. No, it's not me playing. I was just doing the video streams. If you look at that video, Viable, you may recognise the font used in the score. Might be very similar to the font used in the bottom here. Whereabouts are you in Viable? Because a lot of the Irish comps tend to get played at the Ivy Rooms in Carlow. Although technically they're 200 yards into the adjacent county because they opened under Carlow rules and got closed down under the other county rules, which is a bit crap.
God, you are
Cruel.
an encyclopedia of snooker, aren't you, Tony? You know everything.
I am nothing compared to Dominic Dale. I was talking to Jim Leesey, the guy that owns the Ivy Rooms, the other day. So, yeah. Oh, you need to sort out the balls, mate. It's good when you have your own set of balls. Oh. Wikipedia. Believe me, I remember all sorts of crap. Right. Okay, the Ivy Rooms. Directions. What did you say it was? Tralee, County Kerry.
Wonder how far that is.
Oh, it's 246 kilometres from a decent set of tables then. No, I'll say a decent. It's from somewhere I know that has a decent set. Yeah. And yeah, I appreciate it. Does sound bad to gloat about your balls. But yeah, 52.4 mil, 142 grams. Yeah, that's the 1G set. Elliot, Ross Bullman, he's a cracking player. I'm pretty sure. Let's have a look. HIBSF. I'm sure he's played in the HIBSF streams over the years.
Yeah, well, I was up in Leeds with you about, was that 4 or 5 years ago? And I said to you, didn't I? I don't know how old he would have been then. Probably
Yeah,
about 13,
he said, watch
14.
him.
I said, watch out for him because he's going to be. He plays in the shootout this year. I think he won a match actually, didn't he?
He did.
He'll make the tour.
Yeah, he's on.
He's on the tour now.
He's on the tour. He's on the tour for next year. Share copy. I don't know if Elliot's still there. That's one match if you want to see. That's against Ryan Davis.
Yeah, cheers for tuning in,
Done up in
Elliot.
Leeds on the.
Viable. We might stream the final tomorrow. I'm in work tomorrow all day, so can't do any, which is a bit annoying really because
Nothing until the final.
I was hoping to stream the Jimmy White Hendry, but it's not possible. So we might do the final tomorrow night. Should be a good one though.
Yeah.
It's gonna have at least Hendry or Jimmy.
Let's double check the.
No, there's finals tomorrow night. You've got the two semis in the afternoon.
August 22nd. Yeah. Yeah.
And the final is the best of 9, so they're gonna have like a mid-session, obviously after 4. I think it does start at 7, Tony.
Yeah, it starts at 7.
So fingers crossed we'll do that then.
Yeah, Elliot, you should find plenty of matches with Ross. There's another guy that you'd probably want to have a look at. It's another channel. Because he does all the videos for the and the IBSF. I'm trying to find the link for it. Just copy and paste. So that I'll do.
Tony, this is not the first person that said this, but you look like you sat in the barber's waiting for a haircut. Because my missus said exactly the same thing the other night. She goes, "What's that he's got on? It looks like he's waiting for a haircut in the barber's." Yeah, I can't see him letting the crowd in. Yeah, cheers, Elliot. It's good to just have a good chat, innit? Bah. Testicles, testicles. 1, 2, 3. Audio problems again, by the looks of it. Yeah, well, I haven't changed anything. It's just your mic, Tony. Your mic seems to. I can hear you. Can hear you in OBS through Skype, but not coming through here.
Okay, it's saying poor connection. I don't know if that's poor connection for me or poor connection for you.
Right, you're back
I really must put that new router in. I really must put that new router back in now, shouldn't I?
I think what I need to do on future streams, I need to keep an eye on this audio bar, because when you're talking, it'll come up. It'll be flashing.
Yeah.
But when you were chatting, then it wasn't. So you're back in the house.
I'm only on 20 meg tonight.
At least the stream hasn't gone off, though.
Using standard.
Tony?
Vanilla OBS. Yeah.
I think the hairdresser's cut his bloody internet cable now as well. I think he's gone. Oh no, he's back in the room. You want to sack that hairdresser, mate?
Might have been when I was trying the speed. Might have been when I was trying the speed test. Checking my speed.
He's got more pins on it. Oh. Yeah, we're using standard OBS, not the Streamlabs one.
Yeah, definitely turned the router off. Yeah, so there's a few. I know that Streamlabs has got a few nice toys in it. We tend to get slightly better performance on vanilla OBS, so stick to that really. I'm actually looking into a Blackmagic Design ATEM Pro at the moment, which does straight. It's a HDMI converter, which is, I've got a couple of them now anyway. But it just does the encoding and the uploading. So if you have a laptop connected, then you can inject HTML pages and the like into it through that. But it's basically the A10 Pro will stream for you and it will record to a local device. So there's no drop frames ever because you haven't got Windows trying to do its thing in the background. I've got a Stream Deck Mini. We've also been trying a bit of software. Dave's been using. Which software are you using, Dave? It's like a Stream Deck.
Yeah, it's quite good actually. Let me just find it on here, just on the phone.
I've tried something called Deckboard, which is quite good.
Stream Control, it's called. So yeah, you got like deck mode here.
Certainly works well, doesn't it?
Don't know if you can see, but then you can it works like the Stream Deck just by changing all your scenes and stuff. Works well.
Yeah, Viable, you're dead right. It's a cracking little toy. I'm waiting for it to go on sale on Amazon again, and I might get one of the bigger ones. Part of me wants to, and then I see. Yeah.
Sorry, Tony.
A message for items. But yeah, am I there?
I just cut you off on the old stream deck.
Oh dear.
You're back now.
Yeah, it's at the moment a Stream Deck is 5 monthly payments on Amazon. It's kind of tempting.
Right,
Still
then.
16 watching. Why are they watching? We're talking crap now.
We are talking
Even more so than before.
utter crap. Yeah, there's still 16 here just watching us talk shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So disappointed that Mushtak didn't turn up.
He's having 40 winks,
We've
isn't
had
he?
I would imagine he is. Viable. There's a guy that logs in from India, and he usually he'll probably be in tomorrow. Mushtak something or other. Forget what his other name is, but yeah, he's quite funny. But he has to run on a UPS because they have. How many hours is he off? Is it 1 or 2? Isn't it? So, but basically, they have controlled blackouts every day where he lives, where they just turn the power off. What's this like before and after?
You're gonna have to do something with that hair for tomorrow's stream, mate. Yeah, not seen
Me?
Ragu,
I
have
thought I
we?
met you.
What's Ragu's surname? Ragu. Srinivasan, that's it. We only get the hardcore fans joining us now. The after is a bit extreme. Oh yeah, your sofa. A live stream. A live stream from the barbers would be magic. Yeah, my days of going to the barbers are long gone. Anyway, guys. Yeah. We'll leave it there. Thanks for joining us, and tune in tomorrow for the final. Should be good. Cheers, guys. Goodbye. Ta-ra.